All right. Well, this tour, Global Takeover 2, New World Tour in Europe. I say it like we haven't been out here. I haven't been out here before, but this tour was 6 shows. We did Berlin, we did Austria, we did Italy, and we did Switzerland. And this time around, it was dope because the album is out. You know, people kind of know what's going on. And I think for Italy, that was my first time there. And it was off the hook. I don't know. I thought I was on Punk'd at one point because every time I did a line from a song, they was just, I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, is Ashton Kutcher here? I said, because y'all ain't really liking this shit. So that they just told me, like, you know, to have I don't know what to say as far as a real American MC. I just think that they heard of me so much and heard the artifacts, and they just got to have me in their face. I think it's always different when you see a live show compared to when you're watching YouTube or playing vinyl. So they get to see me in the flesh, and then they get to talk to me, and they see, you know, I'm not an asshole, I'm a cool person. That's what they say. That's not what I say. But, you know, I had a ball on this tour. And my man Dan, you know, his new promoter that we work with, and definitely on point with that. You know, he got us the shows, and we're gonna be doing some more in the future, in the summer. And I'm definitely, I hope, hip hop camp this year. That time when I was there that year was, people still coming up to me to this day about that hip hop camp. So we're gonna hopefully be there this year. Well, I mean, this album was, of course, way better than the first one. You know, I think that, like we say back in America, we put our foot in this one. It's like when you're cooking good food, you say put your foot in that shit. So this record is more personal. You know, it's bigger. You know, bigger sound, bigger guests. You know, instead of 2, now we have like close to 7 or 8, and of course, we want to sell more, and I know it's the challenge for me being an American MC, putting out a record in Poland. But I think that, you know, because the CD market is down a little bit, the vinyl went crazy. We're still trying to build up some clientele in Poland. But I hope for Polish, the fans and the scene out there, I hope that they appreciate the album for it being more universal than any other release that might come out in Poland now and in the future. Because I can actually say I'm one of few American artists signed to a European label. And to me, this record is not just about me and the Returners. It's about really, you know, bridging the gap between America and Europe, where it can be normal to make projects with people here. Because every time when I do a song or a show here or with somebody from Europe, it's always, you know, the same thing. It's like they coming to reach out to me, where I'm saying, look, I'm reaching out to you. You know, this album is pretty much an extension of who I am, who the Returners are, and we're only gonna get better from it. But this is like, you know, our baby, and it's out in the world and it's growing. We're gonna start working on GT3, and in the meantime, I got like a dozen other projects I'm working on, just to let the world know. Yeah, we're doing another Artifacts album too. We're just trying to get all the beats and stuff together. But yes, me and Tame One. Back in the studio. We've been doing shows throughout last year, and we're going on the West Coast this year, next month and in March. So we're gonna be on the road. You know, it's a lot that's gonna be coming out. You know, I'm working with a bunch of different producers too. Yeah, I mean that. See, now the way that happened was, you know, of course, 2 days before, the Polish president had died in a plane crash. We had to stop all the shows. They told us to come to the studio. We was really just gonna hang out. And I had talked to Jux, and I told him that I wanted to do a joint with them. One thing led to another. We happened to be in Warsaw, and he was like, yo, you know, since y'all not going nowhere, let's go to the studio. Went to the studio, and 4 or 5 blunts later, we started recording the album. I made a song. I sat there, I wrote the joint out, and boom, now Mike is telling me that that song is one of the biggest songs in Poland right now. I'm happy for that. You know, whatever I can do, whatever I'm capable of to help another group out, and at the same time big myself up, I'm down for that. So I knew that they had something special though. I think 2010 was a big year for albums this past year. You know, when you're talking about like myself, Black Milk, Illmind and Sky Zoo album, Rusty Juck's album, Vinny Paz. There's a lot of albums that came out this year. Q Unique, Rocker's album came out. You know.
Oh no.
Oh no, exactly. You know, it's almost even hard to keep up with a lot of the stuff that came out. But I would say this year was one of the more quality years for music in a long time. You know, I think that everybody's starting to get used to this internet thing right now, and that was the thing that was hurting everybody the last 2 years. Not trying to figure out where to go online, because there's a lot of stores, there's a lot of people selling these albums. So I think that with the mainstream being the way it is right now, I think people just coming back to us, like our kind of music, to say that, you know, I'm hearing a lot of good things. And this year, for me, just because I'm included in it, I know for a fact this is a big year for music, especially for hip hop. First of all, do more than I did last year. You know, definitely get this Artifacts joint off the ground. You know, we haven't recorded any songs yet. We've just been doing shows, but that's the one priority, like, important to get that cracking. Cause I think once we get like 3 songs, then we fine. Cause usually, you know, because we ain't been together in so long, we're just trying to get the chemistry back together. But I got a project I'm working on with my man Mint Plus from Jersey, my man D Smooth from New York, him and Kim Wood, these 2 producers from New York. I got a bunch of features that's out there right now. So, you know, I only got more work to do. I'm trying to do more shows all through the year. Even if I have to come back and forth, it gotta happen. But so far, for this January, February, March, is definitely already loaded up. So we got a good start so far. Yeah, hopefully I'll be in Europe again. Hopefully me, Sadat, and AG. So we're trying to set something up now. Other than that, you know, maybe in the summer for a hip hop camp. But I think right now we're just gonna, you know, stay focused on the immediate. So I'm gonna go back, knock these shows out with Tame, and hopefully by the time we finish doing that, by March, the end of March, I should know something. Yo, this Elder Sensei right now, Jersey's finest. Boom. We up in this motherfucker. Mobilizacja. We are in here. I said it right. Mobilizacja, y'all. Trust me. Y'all see what's going on. Elder Sensei, Jersey, Mobilizacja. Peace.